Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to another glorious episode of Brad's Bourbon Reviews. I'm Brad, and today I've got a bottle that I didn't even know was still floating around there. I thought this was like a kind of a one and done from Buffalo Trace, but apparently they still do these. And I did some research on this, which is not something I typically do on here. I usually just kind of give my opinion. I'm not here to like give you the history and stuff about everything, but this is interesting. This is Buffalo Trace Kosher Rye Recipe. This is a bourbon, not a rye whiskey. There's three different versions. There's the wheated version, there's the rye recipe, which is a bourbon with a high rye mash bill, and then there is the straight rye, which is this one I have here too. This isn't mine though, this is for a friend. I thought I had bought the straight rye, not realizing it was a bourbon with a high rye mash bill, so I was pleasantly surprised when I started doing some research about it. The way this works is basically, since it has to be a kosher product, there's a whole rigmarole of how they have to make it, sell it to someone who's non-Jewish, sell it to liquor stores. They have to then bless it. I'm getting this out of order. I'm not Jewish. I don't know all the rules. They did a great video on this on the Whiskey Tribe, Whiskey Vault YouTube channel. If you're interested about the process of it, look it up there. But basically, the liquor store has to get this, and you have to sell it and consume it before the next Passover, or it's not kosher. So challenge accepted. So let's go ahead. I'm curious about this. I'm very, very curious about this. I've heard good to mixed things depending on them. This is a custom mash bill too, by the way. So Buffalo Trace did custom mash bills for these. So that's why it's not, mash bill 2. They made custom ones for all three of the variations that they do for this. And I'm excited to try this. I've heard it's good. I've heard it's not great. So let's give this a try and let's see how we feel about this. Let's give it a nosing. Color is really, really pretty actually. It's kind of got a, I'm trying to think of like Blanton's is a high rye Buffalo Trace product. And like the color different. It almost has like a red hue to it. You might not be able to tell on camera, but this has like a red hue to it that some of the other Buffalo Trace products don't have. But let's give us a nosing and see how we feel here. Ooh. Oh man, that smells really, really nice. Oaky, little cherry in there. I'd heard someone say it was like medicinal cherry, but I don't get medicinal cherry. I just get like a dark red cherry. Almost like, weird note, Breyer's ice cream, the chunks of their wild cherry. You know the one I'm talking about? The wild cherry one? It's like that. It smells really solid. I don't know what, oh, there actually is. This is a 7-year Buffalo Trace product at 94 proof. So, I mean, I gotta tell you, man, I wish this is one of the better noses I've ever had from Buffalo Trace. This smells absolutely fantastic. I wish this was smell-o-vision so you could smell this, because it smells really, really nice. Man, that smells good. It's not complex, but what is there is really, really nice. Let's give it a mouthing and see how we feel. People hate that I say that, and I've had to explain it a bunch of times. The mouthing, I don't care. I'm sticking with it. So, that's interesting. Very cherry on the palate, but it's so drinkable and soft that like it kind of is boring. That is so drinkable. It's really good, but it's almost like, with it being a high rye, I was kind of expecting like a kick in the face with it being rye, but there really isn't that. It's just really kind of soft and approachable. And I forget who I heard say this, and it may have just been told to me from somebody else, but if this wasn't hard to find, this would be a great gateway bourbon, because it's really nice. It's not a low proof, 94 proof, but it's just hard to find. And it's out there, but it's just hard to find. But this is really, really good. I almost kind of wish they would go with this recipe instead of something like Blanton's, because this is 7-year. That's not, that's a solid age on a bourbon. I really like that. I really like it. The more I'm drinking on it, the more I'm liking it still. Yeah, that's really, really good. It's just a little soft. I wish there was a little more to it. Maybe if it was a higher proof or something, it would kind of give you that rye punch. I'm kind of missing it because it's like rye recipe right on the front, you would think. But hey, it's definitely not a bad thing. It is just I was expecting a little more aggressive, which is probably a good thing. But man, that's really good. I hope you can get your hands on this because this is really, really good. If you have tried this, comment down below, let me know what you think. Make sure you hit like and subscribe as well, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, cheers.